adjusting the widths of the trees. The tree trunk down here was a bit too narrow, and that one as well, but this one is in the distance and I don't want to make it too much bigger. And here you can see there's a natural line there that I can use as a branch, very thin, and there as well. There as well. And then those will be branches from that tree, the biggest tree. So I need to step away and let it dry and then hold it up so I can actually see where I'm going. And then I need to come back and go over the green again with another layer, and here I need to go over the blue with some green and make those trees nicer. Well, here I can do this right away, actually. This is dried now. So, some of the colours I don't have to do over twice. One layer is quite enough. But here I used the branch, and I can make the branch, I can extend it a bit. You know, not every branch is covered with blossoms. There are some lower branches that are denuded. The blossoms have fallen. And there are 100 different cherry blossom species, trees and, you know, varieties in the species. So you get those with light grey trunks, those with cherry coloured trunks, which is the colour I really like. And you can make it to whatever suits your fancy, or, you know, whatever you think is beautiful. And doing this already has given me, while I was waiting for it to dry, it gave me ideas for another cherry blossom painting, which I'm going to use some of these colours, but again, quite differently. And so it's coming along, and then I am looking at the branches. I realize that these branches can also be going up here, because these trees are much shorter, and these branches can just follow this line a little. And then come over the blue there, sky peeping through, and continue up here, and up there's a line, and down there, and maybe I should paint away some of this blossom. It's kind of purposeless there. Again, I don't want to make them all the way. I think that more or less covers it. But again, I need to look at it from a distance, and then close up, and then from a distance, and try and make sure I don't do anything that ruins it. I think I'm happy with the blossoms. I'm going to leave them as they are for now. But I'm going to add a bit more of this greeny brown mixture around here, because it's too much of a contrast with the green that I blew out. So it was the same green, but I added in what was left of the one brown that I had. Just a little bit of liquid, and it changed the colour completely, which is fine. It's a nice colour. I think it's a nice soft colour. So it adds to the look of blossoms and petals on the ground. It doesn't have to be all plain, straight lines. That's what art is about, just expressing what you see and what you feel is beautiful. And that's what's unique about using acrylic blowouts for whatever you want to. Because of the beautiful colours that you make, you can see all kinds of things in them. and shape them into what you see. I'm thinking maybe a little touch of the pearlescent white here and there in the blossoms would look nice, because although some of it did come through there, it's mostly gotten lost in the rose gold and the rose gold, which I shall call that colour from now on, deep rose gold. I think this looks much better. Definitely improves it, because now I won't have to think about how I'm going to add blossoms falling on the ground. There's always a carpet of blossoms on the ground, but this gives that effect. Oops. I think I don't have to cover every inch of the green, but I do want it to just blend in seamlessly with the background colour. And so I may need another layer. Well, some of the tree will be in the shadow, I guess. I mean, some of the ground will be in the shadow of the tree. So the ground won't all be the same colour. This I wanted to add that branch on, but it's probably not really needed. So I'll just do it like that. And now I'll just thin it out all over. Taking a little of the pearlescent white and just adding it here and there where I think it might improve things. Oh, it doesn't seem to be picking up on there. I'll add a bit of pink over that. And I don't really want to interfere with the background too much. It's really just perfect as it is. It was just this bit, and maybe here I just need a bit more colour here. And I think this is still wet. I'll mix a bit of pink with that. Just adding a bit of the rose to this pearlescent white here and here. And then I need to kind of squeeze the brush off. Just blend it in lightly to make it look like it's a part of the painting. Yep, that looks just fine. It's kind of squiggly. I think I'd like to add some in here as well, so I'll do the same there. I realised something was missing, so I decided to add a yellow cardinal, because they do feed on cherry blossoms. Red cardinals as well, all cardinals, but I thought yellow would go nicely here. I still need to complete it and add the grey feathers and the beak and the eyes and the little legs. In the meantime, I'm first going to just add some grass, because I need that to dry before I can add the rest of the feathers, etc. So I'm adding some distant grasses, a little bit darker than the ones, the rest of the green, because they're more in the distance. So I'm just adding them lightly with the flat angle brush. And they don't have to be, everywhere. Just little bits here and there. And then I might add a few more down here, a few more little tufts here and there. And I also add some more cherry blossoms, because as this paint that I added on has dried, you can see it's given a nice sort of mottled effect, but it still needs a few fuller cherry blossoms that have fallen. And I also want to, I noticed that there's only a little of the rose gold there, and there, and there, a few little other places, but I want to add more so that it's sort of under the blossoms that are part of this tree going up there. So I'm going to add a bit of the rose gold and a bit of the white and a bit of the rose, and make a layer of blossoms just going up there, just to separate this tree from this one. So here I've just added there already a bit of the rose and the pearlescent white mixture, just to carry this line of blossoms through up here, to make it clear that they belong to this tree. In fact, I can put some there as well. And if I cover some of the branches, that's fine. This branch was a bit thick anyway. And then if I add some of the rose gold, I think that'll look nice. I'm using the big folded brush for this. The rose that was still on my brush, I mixed in some of the rose gold, and now if I can just see where I need to go, I'll just add this, not in a line, but just little bits here and there to show that this is this tree continuing out there. I think that looks better. And so it's not so obvious now while it's wet, but when it's dry it will make a difference. Small things, but they do make a difference, and it's, you know, one can do whatever one wants to do with a painting like this. You're not bound by any rules. Here, for example, I could add another little bit of the rose gold in there. And those little blue patches. The rest of the blue I like as it is. That's the completed cherry blossom. I added some fallen blossoms, some more grass, some little flowers on, white flowers on under the trees, and I changed the yellow cardinal into a red cardinal because the yellow just wasn't showing up nicely on the grass. So now I think it's complete, and this has made an interesting effect, adding the gold, the rose gold and the rose over the other colours that were there already, together with a little bit of the pearlescent white. And I don't think you can really tell that it wasn't part of the blowout. It looks better than the brown that was there before anyway, I think. See, there's too much brown there as well, but it's fine. I'll leave it as it is. And yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stayed and watched till the end. I know 3 parts is a long video, but I mean, it's really only 45 minutes, and many artists post videos of an hour or more. So you can always fast forward the parts that you don't like or that are boring. If you just want to see the essential strokes that I make to get the painting going and to get it finished, I don't mind. It's up to you. And yeah, the main thing is that you enjoy it and that you come back to watch again. I post twice a week, alternating between an acrylic pour blowout that usually gets transformed into something more, but not always, and an oil painting. And sometimes the oil painting is related to the blowout or the other way around, but not always. So thank you again for watching, and please like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye for now.